Josh Allen wins the 2024 NFL MVP. Well deserved, in my opinion. I think he had way less or did more with way less than like a Lamar did or some other guys out there. I think they got this one 100% right.
Yeah, I was really shocked because it seems like once Lamar Jackson was voted first team All Pro, it seemed like he was almost guaranteed to get the MVP. And I'm glad that the NFL did the right thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, how can someone get the first team All Pro and not get the MVP? Well, if you really think about it, when you have an MVP race this close and you got a guy who had such outstanding numbers, but then when you got a guy who's just straight up just more valuable and done more or less, it makes sense why the guy with the numbers gets first team All Pro because that is kind of based on numbers where the MVP is the most valuable. It's who is the most valuable to your team. And like I said, honestly, I think this was one of the most closest MVP races you ever seen. I honestly wish they would have kind of did a split and had Allen and Lamar both win it, just like they did 20 years ago with Steve McNair and Peyton Manning. Both these guys had amazing seasons, and I wouldn't have been mad either way. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen did more with less. I mean, Josh Allen did not have another guy who was all pro. He only had one other Pro Bowler. Baltimore had 9 Pro Bowlers. And I think the separating factor is when you play the Buffalo Bills, if you shut down Josh Allen and Josh Allen has a bad game, there's absolutely no way the Buffalo Bills win. If you play the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson has a bad game, Derrick Henry could win you the game. If Derrick Henry has a bad game, Lamar could win it. And I think that was the deciding factor. And Josh Allen in a rebuild year, after losing Stephon Diggs and all those other players, being a play away from beating Patrick Mahomes and going to the AFC Championship game, and he also won more games than Lamar Jackson in the regular season. And he probably had the best 2 wins. I mean, the regular season, Josh Allen beat the Detroit Lions and beat the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2 best teams in the regular season. That's the best 2 wins by far of any quarterback in the regular season.